Merry Texmas! What's going on, guys? The Las Vegas Raiders.
Oh my God! Start the show over.
No, they'll forever be the Oakland Raiders to me. But the Vegas Raiders have beaten the Jacksonville Jaguars. Your New York Football Giants are currently in the number one spot for the NFL draft. We are so far away. We have 8 more quarters of this disastrous season. Nikki, the tank has been on for months, and it's finally working into our benefit. 10-game losing streak. We suck. We know we suck, and we just got to finish out the season. Too bad there's no Madden simulations going on for the next 2 games. Nick.
Oh, you mean you don't make business decisions based on Madden ratings and stuff?
No, we are not the New York Football Jets.
Oh, okay. Got it.
I think Diana Rossini is full of shit, though, more times than not, but we'll get into that another day, another story.
Ooh, that's a spicy take.
It's proven right more times than not.
I don't disagree with you. I think that's good. That's a good take.
I appreciate that. Good take. But, Nick, Giants got their asses kicked once again. Nothing really much to really talk about with that game particularly. The only positive is Malik Neighbors broke Saquon Barkley and Odell Beckham's receptions, and he won my bet that we did earlier in the season. We're doing overs and unders, and I'm pretty sure that was the only over-under that was anywhere near close to hitting. So I won a couple of bucks for that as well. So a few bright spots with that. I thought Tracy looked good as well. Locke looked like Locke. I wouldn't go crazy. 2 pick sixes was amazing. I mean, $5 million gets you that.
Yeah, it's a going rate. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yikes. So, yeah, that's about it. Big time, guys.
All right. Well, everybody, thanks for watching.
Well, thanks for watching, everyone. Anyway, no, all jokes aside, New York Football Giants are currently, according to everyone, they are the number 1 pick if the season ended today. Try not to get too excited, even though I'm very excited at the moment, because we still have 8 quarters to go.
Right.
And a lot of craziness could happen between then and there. But just the way they're looking, it's just they're done. They're dead, So I'm not really going to be shocked. I'm not going to be shocked one way or the other. We're just going to close out the season. So it's going to be an empty Meadowlands next Sunday. Maybe a ton of Colt fans. I don't even know if there's any ton of Colt fans anymore. But if the weather is anything like it was today, there's no way a lot of people are going to be at MetLife Stadium next week to watch us.
20 degrees today.
To watch us go 0-9 at home, break an all-time franchise record, a league record, having an 11-game losing streak. God knows what the plane's going to even say next week.
Oh, I can't wait.
It's just a disaster. Gary Myers, I don't know if he still writes for the Daily News, but he used to prominently write for the Daily News. And he wrote the last time the Giants had the first pick of the draft was in the 60s. And the Giants passed up on 2 Hall of Famers for a running back. Granted, running backs were different back then. They were basically the team. They skipped Gale Sayers and Dick Butkus. Yikes. It's just tradition.
They're good at missing on talent in the draft,
Oh my God.
We should do an episode of that. We should go, because somebody put that same stat in one of my comments. I didn't know. I literally just learned that 10 minutes ago. But we should do a full-on episode, or maybe next week or whatever. We'll dedicate a little bit of time to it. All of the shoulda, coulda, woulda talent that this franchise could have had.
This decade alone, we should just narrow it down to this decade.
Okay, we could narrow it down to this decade. We could do that. I don't think we're going to have much to talk about in the next couple weeks. So
Right. Right.
You know, we're just we're getting creative, everybody. Again, we told you probably for a few months now, we're shifting to all New York sports because it's getting a little rough in these content creation streets here. And Giants want to come after, you know, content creators. So
yeah, we'll get into that a little bit later on as well.
Oh, okay.
Oh, what's going on? Happy holidays.
All the good stuff because you want to talk about Drew Lock and his 2 pick sixes.
No, we have to talk about that. But anyway, I for Gary Myers' tweet, I just wish Twitter was around in 1965.
Imagine.
Passing up on Gale Sayers and Dick Butkus, what we know about them now, and it's just like, whoops.
Oops, I did it again. Little did you know you're going to repeat the same mistakes over and over and over again.
Between that draft and then not having either Vince Lombardi or Landry becoming our head coach is definitely up there as well. And then, of course, Belichick.
The shoulda, coulda, wouldas, Danny. The shoulda, coulda, wouldas.
We have 3 top 5 coaches of all time as our assistant coaches, and all 3 of them never coached a single game as a head coach for the Giants.
What a stat that is. I'm glad you said that. Only in New York, ladies and gentlemen. Only in New York. All right. This sad bum-ass franchise that it is.
So you caused a stir this week on Twitter because my sister's ass is friends with John Mara because you had a nice holiday party and the whole world turned on flames for details. Good job by you for getting. But, I mean, if you are living, like you mentioned in your first tweet, if you are living under a rock, obviously this news is crazy to you. But if not, you just move along and nothing to see here. And, of course, people took that to heart in craziness. And I got a lot of text messages from people this week.
You did? About that?
Yeah.
Wait, you didn't tell me that. You did not share that information. So, you know, we're live, might as well. Give me like the overall sense of the text messages. What was
I was like, look at Nikki making stirs around Giants land for news. Just like it's really, that's about it.
Ugh.
Our small little podcast that could causing stars from my blonde bombshell of a co-host.
That's what I do. I cause a stir. Okay, but do you think I put anything out there that should have caused a stir? Now it's me.
Absolutely not.
It doesn't matter.
Absolutely not, Nikki. That was the most craziest thing of all time. That I woke up whenever day that was when you texted me. You'll never believe it. Okay, cool. All right.
I believe your response was, "You are a wild card. I never know with you." And then I left you hanging because I was literally in the middle of that conversation.
Right. So you left me hanging because let's backtrack because the day before was when you told the Giants to suck a bag of dicks. Basically, they sucked dick. So I'm like, all right.
I said they have sucked dick for 12 years.
Yes. So that's why I was like, you are a wild card, and God knows what would happen the last 24 hours. Maybe John Mara themselves have like held you hostage. But you told me, yeah, I ran into someone that knows Mr. Mara's family. And as you can see right now from everything that's caused from all the social content creators and particularly Talking Giants it looks like obviously Daboll is gone. No shit. And then we will see what happens with Joe Schoen at the moment. So we have 2 more games.
And, you know, to be clear, you were probably the first person that knew this conversation was going on. In fact, I think you were. And then you were the first person to know the information that I told you. And there's some stuff I told you that I didn't put on social media. Right. So I let that be. And so just so everybody knows, Danny usually knows what I know. Okay. Like I'm just throwing that out there just in case anybody wants to hit you up too. And you could get a little bit of the stir going on, but you know, I'll take most of the heat. Don't worry. Don't worry. So what did I learn from my conversation? Basically nothing earth shattering, which I kept over and over and over again. Like the planes really piss off John.
No shit. No shit. Okay.
I mean, really piss him off. I'm not going to get into certain details of that, but just know they really, really piss him off.
Keep it going.
Yeah, send the drones, the aliens, whatever the fuck you guys got. Just send it. Right? When's the next home game? Next week.
Next week is the last one.
Send it. Send in the drones, the planes. Send it. I mean, it makes him irate. Okay. What else did I learn from that conversation? There was concern about hiring Brian Daboll because some people in the front office thought his temper might have an effect on the locker room.
Nailed it.
Okay. And that he didn't have a lot of head coaching experience. All right. And some of the front office were going in the direction of we should have a head coach that has head coaching experience.
Okay.
So
that means my guy might be on the table then.
Your guy might be on the table. And, everybody asked, they were like, can you just like this comment if you were told this, and this? Listen, I was told Brian Daboll's out, Joe Schoen is in, but I don't know if that's true. I mean, none of us know 100%. I will say this person is extremely close to the family. I mean, close, but who knows, right? Like, I don't know.
Right. No, so this was the funniest thing. So after our conversation, I was tired from the day. I was like, I'm going to bed. I wake up to the whole shitstorm of you just saying the most mundane tweets. And I'm seeing the replies and the likes and the tweets. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? You would have thought you broke the news that Joe Schoen and Brian Daboll got fired. And
I know
that it was like, oh my God. So thank you to all of Nikki's Twitter followers. And I saw your tweet on Instagram from one of the parody accounts, from one of the giant parody accounts. I'm like, what is going on? Nikki Nick is blowing everything up. My old little co-star over here blowing up Twitter.
Just blowing it up, and thank you, because we got like 8 more subs off of me telling them they suck a dick, and this information that I found out. Like, I couldn't imagine if I put out certain details that probably would give this person's identity away. And by the way, I'm like, I don't know why I have to keep explaining that. You know what I mean? Like, people are like,
just leave it alone.
You don't have details, and you don't know anything. And, I'd say that, like, I know more than you, right? Not you. I meant like you as in general, like the you person. My favorite was like, well, you're not important enough. Nobody would talk to you. The Giants don't care what you say. So between like my ranting about them coming after content creators, which they absolutely fucking do. And if anybody tells you otherwise, they are lying to you. Okay. Right. And then the next day I had this conversation. And so it's been just days of this. And how come you don't get roped into any of this? Why do you get to just be on the sidelines?
Because I don't try to break news.
I wasn't trying to break news. I didn't say anything newsworthy. In fact,
I know, but everybody took it that way.
I don't know.
I woke up to your like 20 things, and I go, oh my God, what is going on? What is going on in people's brains that this is anywhere earth-shattering? But hey, I'm proud of you. And it's just crazy week, because, like, as everybody knows, I'm good friends with Talking Giants, and it was just like,
which, by the way, people were campaigning for me to get on their show. Okay. So it's like,
I mean, if you get on that show before me, we're gonna have a lot of issues.
I was like, they know my co-host. Actually, why don't they just bring us both on? Aren't you friends with them?
Yeah, they don't want us on.
Why?
I'm just playing. I would love to go on, but
how come you can't set that up?
We'll get them on our show one day. Don't worry.
We should ride it while it's hot. What is it?
Yeah.
Ride it while it's hot. No.
Ride the lightning while it's strike the hot iron while it's hot.
Strike the hot iron. I think it's ride it while it's hot.
That and strike the iron while it's hot. is another one.
No, it's oil. Get the oil while it's hot. No. It's ride it while it's hot. Strike the hot iron while it's hot. Is another one. No, it's oil. Get the oil while it's hot. Is another one. No, it's oil. Get the oil while it's hot. Is another one. No, it's oil. Get the oil while it's hot. Is another one. No, it's oil. Get the oil while it's hot. Is another one. No, it's oil. Get the oil while it's hot. Is another one. No, it's oil. Get the oil while it's hot. Is another one. No, it's oil. Get the oil while it's hot. Is another one. No, it's oil. Get the oil while it's hot. Is another one. No, it's oil. Get the oil while it's hot. Is another one. No, it's oil. Get the oil while it's hot. Is another one. No, it's oil. Get the oil while it's hot. Is another one. No, it's oil. Get the oil while it's hot. Is another one. No, it's oil. Get the oil while it's hot. Is another one. No, it's oil. Whatever.
It's both. I've heard both.
Strike. I think you should just. Can I be in the chat? Because aren't you in a chat with some of them?
No, that chat. No.
You're not. Oh.
So.
Can you put me in a chat?
No.
Do you have their phone numbers?
I have one of them.
Oh, can I have it?
No, he doesn't answer. He's worse than you.
It's impossible.
No, it is 100% fact.
Great. Then you shouldn't worry. The conversation will take 10 months, and maybe we could get on by this time next year. How about an email address? Can I get an email address?
I don't know.
Fuck it. I'll DM them. It's fine.
All right. We'll
tell whoever's phone number you have to look at the DMs.
Okay.
Anyway. Nothing earth-shattering. I didn't break anything earth-shattering. And for what it's worth, I was told they do like Shedeur. Okay. But again.
Following the tea leaves.
The information, what you will.
Right. Following the tea leaves, we've seen them at Colorado a lot this year. So
we certainly have. That's the thing is people were getting mad at me for saying I was being cryptic, but it's like you're trying not to give somebody's identity away. And also, if you could read between the lines, I think you could pick up what I was putting down, right? Yeah. I don't think it was so cryptic you couldn't tell what I was trying to say to you guys.
Right. For sure.
Not my fault half these people are stupid. I mean, they're so dumb that they want to get Kirk Cousins as a bridge quarterback and trade back.
Yeah, well, that's insane. I'm okay for a bridge quarterback in terms of someone to help and groom the next quarterback. But Kirk Cousins is coming off a $50 million contract. There's no way he's going to be gung-ho for him to be completely stepping back and becoming a backup and / fringe guy to start a couple games if said rookie quarterback is not ready to start games. I just don't see that being the case. Yes, is he a good guy? Would he fit that role greatly? Yes, he's always been a quote-unquote good soldier. Absolutely, 100%. I just don't see the dollar cents working out for Kirk Cousins to have that drastic of a drop-off in terms of him becoming a bridge quarterback to some random quarterback, either Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders, when either one of those guys who've been in college for at least 4 years is more than likely pro ready and ready to start week 1. Drake May this year, Drake May came out early, so that was some of the concerns. They were worried about the offensive line from the Patriots, so all those things were warranted. I don't know how much Jacoby Brissett got paid, but obviously Jacoby Brissett is a career backup and journeyman, so the credentials is completely off base. So I don't personally see that, thinking why would we spend all that money for Kirk Cousins when we're about to basically do an all complete overhaul of the whole entire franchise. So I don't see that happening. What about you?
Okay. Yeah, I don't see that happening either. I think you and I remain the same on this whole trading back notion. I have your thoughts changed? I mean, mine haven't. I'm just not in the camp of trade back.
I was actually going to go on a rant.
Saying Shedeur and Cam, neither one of them are going to make a difference, is what the argument is.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trading back. Just knowing how the Giants have been in the last decade of trading and drafting and everything else like that, I'm in the school of thought, if there's the player we love and want to create a team around for the next decade, 15 years, go get your guy, and hopefully we are never drafting at the top 2 pick ever in a long, long time, and we have our guy. I rather us be in that, all right, this is what we're going to do. This is who we want. All right, we're going to build it around this guy, like we tried to do with Daniel Jones the last 6 years. I mean, how many chances did we give Daniel Jones? So
6.
And those are the people that want to trade back. And look at what
they want to trade back because they're saying there's better talent in the next year or so.
That's fair, but stuff happens so rapidly quick that you don't even know what's going to happen next year. And the whole pipe dream of Arch Manning. Arch Manning
pipe dream.
Arch Manning isn't even starting his first 2 years of school.
Yeah, just
so like as much as the pipe dream of him becoming a Giant is so far away, like, and then who's to say let's say Shedeur or Cam Ward don't pan out in 2 years and Arch Manning becomes that guy that everybody hopes and dreams about, then awesome. Go get him. Like, I don't really.
Not awesome. That means you have to endure 2 more years of.
I'm meaning like where we are at this point of the season. Yeah.
Listen, we got to make jokes on the show because everybody takes everything so fucking seriously. Like you thought, like what? Some of these fans really act like their own money is on the line. Listen, I know we all take that out of it. Okay. Like they all act like they work for the organization. I mean, at the end of the day, there's nothing any of us can do, right? We can't go out there. We can't execute. We can't coach the team. We have no input on what this franchise does. All we can do is actually fly planes over the stadium, piss off John Mara even more. And we can all make a statement by not attending games, not watching games, let the ratings tank, let the season ticket holders get pissed off. Like let every game, become, an opponent home game. And that's what it is this year. I don't know how you can ask any more of the fans.
And let me be real clear about this. We would have to offer up the king's ransom for the first pick of the draft.
You're right.
I mean, an offer we cannot refuse, like what we were trying to do with the Patriots last year for Drake May. Like, we have to make it so outlandish that the teams are going to say, what are you, nuts? You're crazy? Well, it's the first pick. You want it or not? Like, you're going to have to drive up a bargain and get what you are deserving for that number 1 pick.
What's something outrageous? What would be? Can you think anything off the top of your head or no? You don't have to.
Be like 2 or 3 first-round draft picks, 2 seconds, like something like, oh my God, what are you, nuts? I'm not doing that. I'm like, but all right then, see ya. Like people think it's fantasy football too much. People are like, oh well, we could trade back and like do this and then that. Like, yeah, sure. You're thinking way too much. You're like you're being way too cute about it. If there's that guy that this team likes, go fucking get him. Just get him, man.
Get your guy. Get your guy. Okay, like that's it. It's that simple, right?
I wish it was that simple, but yeah, just like people try to be way too cute. It's just like, well, if we trade this guy down, we get that guy down.
What if yourself in and out of circles too? I mean,
we're in the first. We're right now, as of today, before Christmas, we are the first pick of the draft. Yes, listen to the phone calls.
Danny, what if they trade back? Okay, and one of these 2 guys goes on to be a phenomenal talent. Okay,
typical.
You'll be so sick to your stomach. We all will be so sick to our stomachs wanting to throw up. Like, I mean, you got to take a shot. Okay. So you took a shot on Daniel Jones. I mean, I think both of these kids are better. So I don't anticipate it getting worse. Although, let me ask you my rock bottom question. It's funny. I have this text with my dad every week and I tell him,
it's the first time I hear about this.
Right. So I say, tell Danny every week on the show, do you think we've hit rock bottom? And he always says either one more rung or yes, we did. Now, you said last week we hit rock bottom, but I think this week might have been a new low. Like every time we think we hit rock bottom, the game gets worse.
Someone doesn't look at her Instagram story mentions.
I didn't.
What a shame.
I didn't.
What a shame.
Well, you could tell me right now, did we hit rock bottom?
We have hit rock bottom, girlfriend.
Oh, okay. I mean, you said it last week. So, like, but my dad's like, this is amazing. How does it get worse every week? It's just amazing at this point.
What is it going to say? So, there was the photo of the QB sneak from that Washington football team game. And the caption goes, pretty crazy that this year's Giants team is going to end up being worse than this disaster. And I wrote 2 years ago, I said the 2021 season was slightly worse because of this play, but 2024 has taken the lead. I by accidentally wrote tied because I'm an idiot, but
I hate when that happens. Why can't we edit stories?
I know, it's very annoying.
All these functions like that I don't use, just want to edit the story.
We have taken the lead. We are in a 10-game losing streak. 2 planes have flown over. We have no food, we have no jobs, our pets' heads are falling off. Dumb and Dumber reference. But yeah, no, we have finally reached that point. Brian Daboll just looks like a clown. I hate saying that because I look like him. And
really
he was the coach of the year 2 years ago. And I like Brian Daboll. Obviously, I like him as a human. I don't hate any of this is not because of humans. It's because of performance. And it's just, we are there. And just like,
I mean, you say that, and then next week is going to be some crazy shit, and we're going to, like, the loss is going to be, I'm never.
The fact that we have the chance to go in a 12-game losing streak in a season with the team. All right, there's players hurt, but it was all self-inflicted issues. I know we're happy that Daniel Jones got cut. Well, he got benched and then ultimately got cut, but everything in that realm is pretty healthy other than Andrew Thomas and then Dexter Lawrence when it was already over with, So it's a different scenario.
Every week, though, they find new lows. It's quite amazing if you think about it, because you are supposed to start, once you hit rock bottom, you're supposed to start coming up a little bit. And
also in 21, Daniel Jones got hurt. So we had no choice to play Mike Glennon and Jake Fromm. So that was also boy,
our QB room is always just fucking top notch, isn't it?
Like this year was like, all right, we knew this was going to happen the second we were going to bench Daniel Jones, even though we all wanted it. But 21 was like, all right, Daniel Jones is hurt. It's going to get really bad, but at least we have Daniel Jones next year, maybe. In that, I know looking back on it, we did make the playoffs, but looking back on it, yeah, whatever. But we still had Daniel Jones under contract. So now it's the whole, what are we going to do? We're going to get a brand new shiny toy. So speaking of
that might be the problem here in New York, because the first year I covered the Giants, right, as media, coach of the year, they go to the playoffs. First year I covered New York Liberty as media, win the championship. Maybe I should just
cover the Knicks
and then step back. I'm like good for a year and then that's it.
Works for me. As long as the Knicks win a championship,
Hey, how about Jalen Brunson last night? He was on fire. He couldn't miss. It was nice to see.
It's nice to see. And then Cat a couple of nights earlier at Minnesota was awesome to see as well. They're fun. I love it. We're going to talk about them a lot soon.
We're getting there, everybody. We're getting there. Don't worry. There's plenty more basketball, more college basketball. It's in a little lull right now because of the holidays, but more coverage is coming. We're going to talk more basketball because, and we're going to expand, right? We got playoffs coming. Ravens clinched playoff spot yesterday, right? They whooped Steelers' ass. Hey, are you caught up on Hard Knocks?
I actually have not. It's been a crazy week.
Oh my God. Well,
must have been. I mean, yay!
It's actually pretty cool. The in season, I
Joe
like
Burrow's awesome. Yay! Mike Tomlin's great. And then we get to watch us get absolutely smoked on.
Yeah, you gotta you have to relive it. But thankfully, the Giants Ravens game is in the beginning, so if you want to fast forward the first few minutes, but I like the in season, and I like getting.
No, I do too. We talked about this off air. I like it better because it's so monotonous now in the training camp. And it's like, all right, we're going to get the same 4 stories. It's going to be the big vet. We're going to get the player that's on the verge of breaking out. We have the guy that's not going to make the team, but he's going to be the camp star. And then we're going to watch him not make it and our hearts break for him. And then whatever coach, more times than not, the coach is usually good. Sometimes the coaches and everybody else suck, and those seasons are rough.
I like getting to see, and I think the AFC North is a really great division, just in general, just the rivalries. Right. But I like getting to see how different all 4 coaches are. You get kind of like that behind the scenes look. Man, that division, they hate each other. They hate each other. Yeah, but you really get that
they do call it the black and blue division for a reason. So
well, yeah. I mean, so does Lamar Jackson win his 3rd MVP?
No. We got a guy up in Buffalo.
We do.
Joshua Allen, who actually, unfortunately, didn't have his best game in fantasy for me this week. But I'm going with Josh. Going with Joshy.
All right. I mean,
Lamar, it's going to be neck and neck. It's going to be Lamar, and it's going to be the two of them, and then Saquon's going to take home the offensive player of the year. I hate that.
It's sickening.
I hate how there's two awards. I don't get that. I don't get how there's like.
Oh, I know. I don't.
It's always the MVP is always offensive player 90 out of the time, and then it's like offensive player. All right, cool. So it'll be Saquon.
And I hate that Saquon's going to win it, being an Eagle.
Listen, we did it to ourselves.
We the people didn't do anything. We had no say in it, you know. Right. Didn't Joe Shane say to John Mara in Hard Knocks? Didn't Joe Shane look at John Mara and say, remember when John Mara was like, I'm not going to be able to sleep if we lose Saquon? Didn't he look him dead in the face and he's like, we'll be fine without him, or something like that? Something
along those lines.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go back, rewatch, and like record, and then just start putting out these clips.
I'm gonna have nightmares of him in the Eagle jersey and his head down like this, and then
he's like, I'm not gonna be able to sleep at night, and then Joe Shane was like, we'll be fine.
How about I had to play Saquon in both of my leagues this week?
That sucks. I take it you lost.
Yeah, I'm almost basically done. I hate fantasy football.
Yeah, I think I'm done. Actually, I think this is my last year. I just can't keep up with it, and it's
I'd rather gamble. I'm officially
too. And honestly, like, I mean, you already have to root for crazy things at the end of the year. I mean, look, we're rooting for like this franchise has us so fucked up. I was pissed.
You were so I put you in a pretzel.
Got a fucking touchdown, and I'm like, wait, we got to root for the. Wait, no, we want the. No, yeah, we need the Raiders to win. And I'm like, oh my god. And then you got all this weird fantasy stuff that needs to happen. Yeah. It's just like I can't. Like, I can only root for so many crazy things. Like, I was legit pissed that Tyrone Tracy scored a touchdown. Like, watch them fuck around and win this game. Like, now what?
I was just like, all right. So I'm like, here we go. We're actually looking like a confident football team. And it's just like, all right, here we go. All right. And then I'm like, all right, tank is on. Pick 6. Here we go.
But that's how fucked up this franchise. This is what this franchise has done to us.
I put you in a complete pretzel today. It was so funny having you in a pretzel today. It's not hard to do, but it's really funny to do.
All right, whatever. So, I can't do too many things at one time.
Too much going on in your face.
Too much going on in my head.
So Christmas is going on. Are you ready? Where are you going? Moms, sisters, what are we doing?
Yeah, my sister does a big Christmas brunch on Christmas Day, and plus she has the kids, so everyone goes there. You know, because you don't want to like move the kids around and stuff.
I know that.
Thank God for Amazon. Honestly, my schedule is so crazy. Like, I don't know. I was like, oh my God, Christmas is in like a week. Like what? And then, you know, I just got busier and busier and busier, and then led up to yesterday and today. I'm just like, you know, I'm not really a Christmas person. I don't really care. It's a children's holiday. And so I don't have kids. So I don't really give a fuck. I could take my Christmas stuff down today and
I hear you.
I'll be taking my stuff down the 26th. I will be done, pack away. But you know, what I feel like once Christmas is over, I want it to be summer. Like I don't want to go through the rest of like the winter and spring. Did you get snow yesterday? Did you get snow?
Yeah, I got snow. Yep.
I didn't know.
I'll take what we got yesterday any day of the week. I will take the couple hours of snow, all right, a couple of inches of snow, quick shovel, and then be done with it. Not a blizzard.
Shovel. I mean, it did melt by the afternoon, but so yeah, nothing crazy. We just hang out with the family and we all get together, and she does, you know, my sister Rachel just cooks her ass off, and she's a phenomenal baker and everything I'm not.
Yeah. So. In the sister department, you're ranked number 2, big time.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. Well, actually, even my little sister Lexi, she can cook too. So.
Oh man, number 3 in the rankings. What are other than
my brother can cook, so out of the 4, I'm definitely ranked last.
You are the New York Football Giants of your siblings. Yikes.
Yeah, I'm definitely
you're the John Mara of the family. How does that feel? Yes, that's going to be a clip.
Definitely ranked last. Yeah,
that's rough.
But you do a big Christmas Eve, you're telling me, right?
Yeah, my wife does the big Italian Christmas Eve with the fishes. I don't like fish. A lot of people don't eat fish in my family, so they do chicken cutlets and Sunday sauce, basically, all over again on Christmas Eve, and then Christmas
Day.
All
over again? Does that mean you had that tonight?
No. I had Chinese tonight, but
ew.
What's ill about Chinese food?
Chinese food is gross. I last had it about 8-9 years ago. It was disgusting. I haven't touched it since.
Okay. You went to the wrong place, of course. But there I go. Yeah, Christmas Eve is the crazy feast, and then Christmas Day we just hang out, open gifts with the boys. My parents, granted they're not living with us anymore, but they are going to be coming the 5-minute trip over to watch us open gifts and all that other fun stuff. So it'll be good. Knicks are on at noon, and then we got football. So I'll be watching a lot of games on my iPad on Christmas Day.
Do you like having Christmas football?
It's going to be interesting. I'm so programmed. It's such a basketball holiday, and then NFL's like, no, fuck you guys.
Yeah, fuck you. We're taking
Wednesday, and that's why we had the 2 games yesterday for the health No one cares about the players' health.
The Ravens turn around playing on Wednesday. Like they got what 4 days rest or whatever.
Yeah, well, yeah, all 4 teams that played yesterday are playing the opposite teams.
Yeah.
So
it's like, no, they don't care. They honestly.
I am looking forward to seeing how Netflix handles the streaming situation from what happened with
anything like
the Paul Tyson fight.
That was so bad. And Netflix blamed it all on us, the customers. They're like, it's all your internets are wrong. But no, it's you. You can't handle, streaming.
No, they should they should talk to the WWE about that. They fixed that like decades ago.
Oh, all right. Hey, what did you get from the Chinese place?
I just went simple chicken lo mein tonight. It was nice. Put a little duck sauce on it, and then I had wonton soup.
Oh God, the guapi orange duck sauce that no one knows what it is.
Yes, I love that guapi orange sauce that no one knows what it is. Whatever it is,
you would actually tell me what it is because I don't know. It looks like orange snot, and you're okay with that?
Yeah, I'll live with it.
You'll live.
Before I forget, did you watch any of the college playoffs this weekend?
Not really.
Yeah,
no, I watched the Notre Dame game.
Yeah, you did. You talked to me about it a little bit. Yeah,
I watched.
It's so weird. Like
I was watching college basketball too. So this is the thing. Like I'm a bigger college basketball fan than a college football fan. Right. So if they're both on, I'll etch that. Plus Villanova was on yesterday, right? What's today? Sunday. Yeah.
Okay.
They played Creighton, and they fucking lost.
Can't wait for the St. John's Villanova game this year.
I know it's coming.
I'm such a big St. John's fan. All aboard the bandwagon, babes. No, I did like St. John's growing up. I would go to a bunch of games growing up. So if I had to pick a team, it would be them.
It's nice that you're a college basketball fan. It's nice. It helps the show.
It helps. I could be a bigger one, but I'm not. There's only so many sports to care about. But yeah, college football. I
don't have a college football team. I think.
See, I grew up liking Notre Dame, like being a hardcore Notre Dame fan. And then as I got older, it's like, this is weird. I didn't go to that school. I rather gamble on college football is a better way of putting it. So it's like I've gotten like allegiances of like players because of like watching like, oh, this guy's going to be good on the draft, or I put a couple of dollars on the game. So like that's how I like became more of a fan of all college football. And I don't know if it's because the Giants are 2-2 13. 2-13. Just college football is so different and so much like
it is fun.
It's so much fun.
Like
the pageantry and everything is so much cooler, and it just means more to them, So
it cool. Really does. It is fun. I'll give you that. It is fun to watch. And normally on a Saturday night, like if I'm not doing anything, I will watch it. But
no, I know
when it's up against college basketball, I'm like, or I'll just flip between. There's so many games on. I'll just flip between everything,
So yeah, the 15-year-old me watching Notre Dame winning a playoff game was pretty cool. If you told me
excited.
If you told me 20 years ago like they were gonna make a college like playoffs and Notre Dame was in it and didn't get blown out by 50 points by a team in the SEC, I would have been like, yeah, that's awesome. So We'll see what happens when they play Georgia in a couple New Year's Day. They play Georgia in the Sugar Bowl. So.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's another great sports day. It's funny. Like I don't watch actual TV unless I'm like on a plane because my whole there's sports on all the time.
Well, we're not counting Hard Knocks.
What do you mean?
Well, technically a TV show.
All right, but it's still sports related. I mean, in season's only a week behind. I mean, we just watched the Giants lose to the Ravens, and it's like, oh, let's watch this again. Great, like, I'm talking like, you probably have friends that are like, I watch Law and Order or whatever. Yeah. Like, I never watch like TV, and if I do,
during
a documentary, football,
yeah, I'm with you. I watched The Penguin when that was on. I watched that, and then I don't really watch wrestling during football season, so that's going to be caught back up once football season's over. Other than that.
Yeah, I watched The Diplomat season 2 when I was on the plane to Miami, but had I not been on a flight to Miami, I do like that show. It was only 6 episodes, so it's like I don't know when I would have watched that because I just rather watch sports. To me, that's like the best reality TV,
Right. Yeah, this fall is so hard, especially with playoff baseball, start of basketball. Like, if you look at it, Tuesday night is the only night that Tuesday night and a little bit of Wednesday is the only time you could not watch sports, if you really think about it.
Yeah, Tuesday night, fall. Yeah.
Tuesday and Wednesday, it's like, oh, okay.
I usually work late on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
Or go to the gym late. Yeah, that's like the day you don't have to not that you have to watch sports, but I mean, you just pop a game on. I think that's the beauty of sports. You don't even have to be a fan of said team. We love sports, so you're just appreciate a good game,
Yeah, no, and not only that, that's why I love baseball. It's like, all right, it's annoying 162 days, but one day a week is the only time you're not going to see your team play, so you have something to watch every single day.
Yeah.
And we're lucky here because we have the Yankees and the Mets. So you're like, all right, we have baseball literally every day.
Yes, we do. So. Well, another weekend. All right. We're doing 8 more. I don't know how we're almost there. Okay.
8 more quarters.
Just please let this season end. I know somebody had put in one of my replies. I give you 2 credit. I don't know how you keep talking about this team, but if you notice, we start with it and then we gradually get away from it. So.
Yeah, we literally talked for 15 minutes. I have the counter right here and 15 minutes.
Well, Danny, refresh everybody where they can find us because I did get a lot of questions today on Twitter. Are we on YouTube? Where can they find us? What's the channel name?
Yes, you can follow us on socials. It is New York TNL_NYG on all socials. And then I actually officially changed our YouTube name. It's probably the same. It is Thunder and Lightning, written out, NY Sports. And that's how you will find us on on YouTube, because you mentioned it to me as the great marketer that you are. I mean, you should be taking this over since you're the queen of marketing, but why am I doing it? But that's here nor there. Spell it out. And I listened to you. I finally had time to actually do that. So Thunder and Lightning, NY Sports on YouTube.
You give yourself credit for being a good marketer too.
Look at that. That's
your rubbing off on you a little bit. I'm rubbing off on you a little bit. You're coming up with some good ideas. I've noticed you progress in a year, so
appreciate it. It's tough. Anyway, I hope everyone has a wonderful holidays because Hanukkah and Kwanzaa are coming up this week as well. And I know
Hanukkah and Christmas are on the same day, I think.
Right. The first night of Hanukkah is on the first day of Christmas. So if you are celebrating a holiday, happy holidays. More specifically for us, we celebrate Christmas. So Merry Christmas to all those that celebrate. Until next week, hopefully the New York Football Giants lose TV, Indianapolis Colts. We're almost there. 8 more quarters. Until next time.
Send the planes. Bye, everyone.
We are the New York. Merry everything. We are the New York Sports Show about nothing and everything at the same time. Until then, later.
Bye.